Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28. 7:13 America, New York. Evergrande crisis all but shuts bond market for China's junk borrowers. International bond sales by junk-rated Chinese borrowers have nearly come to a standstill this month, with investors deterred by China Evergrande's difficulties and a string of defaults by smaller property developers.
New York Times Business. October 28. 7:06 America, New York. Is the billionaire tax legal? Democrats are weighing their options for taxing the ultrawealthy. Calls to make billionaires pay more in taxes have gained momentum. New York Times Business. October 28. 7:03 America, New York. U.S. economic report for the third quarter is expected to show weak growth. After damage from the Delta variant of the coronavirus and supply chain problems, gross domestic product is expected to pick up late in the year.
Daily FX Market News. October 28, 7 o'clock America, New York. Australian bond Carnage, YCC under threat, GBP, JPY month-end boost. RBA tested on yield curve control, GBP, JPY month-end effect, Euro technicals.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 7 o'clock America, New York. Brookfield unit hires former regulator to expand life insurance business. Michael McCraith says he would be involved in all aspects of the growth in the U.S. and internationally. Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 7 o'clock America, New York. What to know about buying carbon offsets. The purchases help consumers address climate change by seeking to ease the emissions impact from daily activities like travel and shopping. Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 7 o'clock America, New York. Trendy baby toy maker Lovevery gets $800 million valuation. Montessori-inspired company raised $100 million in its latest funding round, is on track to IPO in the next 2 years.
Naked Capitalism. October 28, 6:54 America, New York. Will the supply chain crisis lead to more onshoring? Why, even if we see more serious breakdowns, big and medium-sized companies are unlikely to move away from reliance on a fragile supply chain.
Global Economy. October 28, 6:31 America, New York. The U.S.'s ham-fisted attempts at building a 5G rival to China. Contradictory tech and sanctions policy in Washington is bemusing mobile operator companies and EU.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 6:30 America, New York. T. Rowe price to buy debt investment firm Oak Hill Advisors in $4.2 billion deal. This is T. Rowe Price's first significant corporate acquisition in more than 2 decades. Many money managers have recently made acquisitions to help their bottom line with new products or scale.
Forex Live. October 28, 6:25 America, New York. What to expect from the ECB later today? A placeholder meeting for December? Well, for the most part perhaps. No changes to policy is expected as the ECB continues to slowly wind down PEP by March next year.
BBC News Business. October 28, 6:22 America, New York. Will mortgages become more expensive? And other budget questions. Budget questions from readers on a range of topics.
Daily FX Market News. October 28, 6:11 America, New York. US dollar DXY watching short-end treasury yields and advanced Q3 GDP. Theus dollar basket, DXY, has seemingly found support around 93.50 ahead of the first look at US Q3 GDP.
New York Times Business. October 28, 6:11 America, New York. Activist investor Third Point calls for breakup of Shell. The hedge fund wants the company to separate its oil and gas business from initiatives in renewable energy. Royal Dutch Shell is one of the cheapest large-cap stocks in the world, said Daniel S. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 28, 6:08 America, New York. Fed leadership uncertainty muddies rate policy outlook. Higher inflation has raised questions in markets over a possible pivot, putting a bigger spotlight on President Biden's choices.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 6 o'clock America, New York. Carlyle earnings jump as private equity portfolio rises. The Washington, D.C. firm reported net income of $532.8 million in the third quarter, and the amount of cash that could be returned to shareholders reached record levels. Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 6 o'clock America, New York. Google needs to think old school with its new phone. The company heavily touts its new in-house chip for the Pixel 6, but better carrier distribution would help sales more.
Global economy. October 28, 5:45 America New York, fiscal tightening is upon us. The UK is gambling that private demand is rebounding strongly and durably enough.
Naked capitalism. October 28, 5:36 America New York, climate change is muting fall colors, but it's just the latest way that humans have altered U.S. forests. Like so many things, fall color season ain't what it used to be.
Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 5:33 America New York, traders bet Tesla stock's rally isn't over just yet. Roughly one of every $2 spent in the U.S. listed options market on Monday and Tuesday went to Tesla options. BBC News Business. October 28, 5:32 America New York, Budget 2021. Tax rises likely to leave middle earners worse off, says IFS. An economic research group says many people will see their living standards fall over the next year. BBC News Business. October 28, 5:31 America New York, Budget 2021. Rishi Sunak denies air duty cuts will spark flying boom. Labour says making flying cheaper in the UK is an astonishing move ahead of COP26 climate summit. Wall Street Journal Markets. October 28, 5:30 America New York, global regulators back tougher rules to prevent criminals from using crypto. New guidelines could spur more crypto firms to check their customers' identities and report suspicious transactions to regulators.
Daily FX Market News. October 28, 5:30 America New York, USD, MXN forecast, yields, Fed, and Banxico in focus. The bearish reversal in USD, MXN has come to a halt, but bulls face a tough resistance up ahead.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 28, 5:30 America New York, jobless claims likely held near low levels. Economists expect a Labor Department report to show that filings for unemployment benefits remained near a pandemic low last week as employers contend with a tightening labor market. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. October 28, 5:30 America New York, economic growth likely slowed during third quarter. Factors that fueled spending faded, including an infusion of government stimulus, widespread business reopenings and rising vaccination rates.